Got absolutely no clue. Probably not going to do much. So I got $100 trail set. Starts going one with the other. You can click this, but it goes down. Yeah, I guess that's the way to do it. Because if it just keeps going, you're in. If it comes right back, you lost 100. It's what I'm going to put at risk this morning.
Modest gains expected on Wall Street when the market opens. Keith Fitz joining me right now. What do you like about Apple? Why do you like it so much today?
Nothing really going on though.
It is. I can't wait to see what happens. We're going to see. I think
we're just talking about Apple. What do we got here?
I'm not going to see probably AI.
A minute and 13 seconds to go.
And I like the fact that they found because Apple almost never.
I preach don't trade the open, and that's what I've been doing here lately.
They've got some great stuff under the hood for next the down date or anything that happens. I intend to buy. Okay, I suspect that the market's going to respond to any headline that comes out of the.
I think I'll take $100 risk and just go for a buy just a few seconds before the open. See, that would have almost taken you out if you did that right there.
In the Western sense, this is about China saving face.
The market order
constantly inventing a narrative.
going down. 30 seconds to go.
It's going to be tough, but I do think it's going to be a yo-yo for a little while, most of which is an opportunity.
Buy it right there. We'll see what happens. You get clobbered, I get clobbered. And actually, why not just get right up there? Make it even a little shorter, and you lost. Just lost 62.50 on that bright little move. Okay, we are open in a few seconds. 2 seconds to go. It's going down. I got up on my brain.
No, I don't think there is that or half a dozen other words I would choose.
I don't know. I don't know.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
This is what I suspected. Actually, no real continuation of this.
It's really the China talks is making a lot of difference. It's interest rates which are holding at relatively high levels. I don't think the LA riots have anything to do with the market at this stage. We shall see. They've rung the bell. The market is open. Somebody's pressed the button already, so we're off and running. The Dow has opened with a very small gain, 0.05%. That's all of 18 points. There's a bit more green than red among the Dow 30. And if you look at the S&P 500, the same story there. A fractional gain.
Well, I was definitely
1.15% at this stage.
Biased to the long side, so.
The Nasdaq Composite, 48 points higher, 1/4%. I presume that most
I still am too, for some
reasonably well.
friggin' reason.
Higher. That's the point. Nvidia up $1.75, 1.2%. Google is up $1.25. Amazon is up.
If anything, it's showing more to the retraction side. So let's put your bias away.
There can be actually some fun nuggets in here. A lot of this has to do with the interface and the operating system across all of their devices. But we're hearing
that still at 1 point. I got that adjusted today.
The more transparent and glassy address bar. The camera app will be revamped to be more simplified. Within the messaging service, you could be able to do polling or create a background image.
This a nice one would have been, well, this is the opening candle. Short right there. So easy to look like a genius in retrospect.
That's what everybody wants. Something new, something really exciting.
I'm not hearing it's happening today. We'll see.
Tesla got 2 downgrades.
Yeah.
Okay, they're off $12. Is this about the Trump feud?
It is, in part. So first up is Baird.
Dow's going down, the Nasdaq's going down.
Between Trump and Elon Musk really
I guess we'll try shorting this.
Political views, but they also are saying that some of the comments around the
She
robo-taxi
should short it way up here.
inflated, that they don't think
Let's wait for it to come up there.
as soon as Musk says it is. Then you have Argus also downgrading to a hold from a buy, saying that they are concerned about the war of words between Trump and Musk, but also along with the expiration of the EV tax credits. And then what does that mean for demand? So some politics and also some fundamentals.
Should recognize the downward trend and got it up there.
Startup. It's called Scale AI. What do they pay for that?
Your tasted pure FOMO.
B. And this is going to be the largest external AI investment that Meta has made. And again, Scale AI is all about data labeling, which allows companies
it's not much movement.
Large language models to scale
all things considered.
But again, is this sort of Meta's push to make Llama well, Matt, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, their own internal model, sort of the new standard.
This could be the turn. The other two are turning.
CoreWeave, I really want to look at that. It's up again this morning, I believe. Yesterday I see green at another 4%.
This is shocking.
Well, a lot of the analysts have recommended this on this show.
Yes.
Strongly so.
So late March, they IPO at $40 a share. It's up over 250% since
I think
then.
it's going to
now,
keep
as
going
you just
down.
saw, about 146. And one analyst said that this is sort of this sense of FOMO when you talk about some of the latest IPOs, but really with CoreWeave, did we miss out on the big IPO boom? And so now people are really starting to jump in and get in on it.
No, don't trust it.
I know.
Some people are jumping in on that basis as well.
Yeah.
Why are Robinhood and AppLovin, that's a company by the way, AppLovin, they're both down today?
Yeah.
I think I know why.
Yeah, well, so
Look at that, just sitting still for the whole minute.
Where they can change
We're into a new minute now.
Index or not. There were a lot of rumors and speculations that Robinhood and AppLovin would make that list, and indeed they did not.
Went down.
So sort of a letdown here as they're not going to be included in the S&P 500.
Now, the airlines.
Well, got to reevaluate this. They're just too late. You were hopeful here, looking for a green run, and it didn't happen. This run is young enough, you probably can get in on it.
So it's boosting things like
Short, correct? Yeah.
Joby Aviation, supersonic commercial aviation. All of that is, as we've been noticing, drones have been interrupting airspace, travel, all of that. And so really trying to shore up and secure our airspace.
We have some studies on Merck's new cholesterol drug. Show me the stuff.
No, let's not lose anything.
It was a success.
It was, relatively. So they're saying that the drug met the main goal in a late-stage study for reducing the type of bad cholesterol. And again, so it's for hyperlipidemia, which is a condition where there's the elevated buildup of fat within the blood vessels. And so the drug showed a meaningful reduction in
Come on, don't do that. I could have come out with a few dollars in my pocket.
Oh, I know.
Who did that?
Oh, well, I've got a few for
Dead
you.
off of
So
there.
first up today was Morgan Stanley. They cut to an equal weight. They go down to 324 from a 329. They said that McDonald's has not been insulated from the
Okay, I'm
pressures
going to allow
of
you to
fast
take me
food.
out just because I
But
don't have
this
the...
comes after Friday.
I made
Apple
$37.50 for the
also
day.
downgraded, saying that all of the
And
reviews,
I'm going to stop
many
right here
reviews
because
are
I
going to
was just
Instagram.
not sharp on
They're
this.
also going into the new
Got
Snap
my ear
app,
plugged and I ain't
reviews
with
to
the
July
program.
have been very negative. That does not
So we
bode
wiped
well.
out that
Why
loss.
don't we do a
What did I make on that trade? $100. That's nice.
Tell you, you're all right. Thanks very much. We'll see you on the Big Money Show, 12 noon. Precisely, this network. Look at the Dow, please, and Dow winners to start with. Well, the Dow down 92, about 0.2%. Now, look at the Dow winners, the individual stocks in the Dow 30. Merck is up. Nvidia's up. 144 on Nvidia. United Health, Nike, Caterpillar, all on the upside this morning. The S&P 500, the winners thereof. Warner Brothers Discovery, there's a decision on the how that's going to shake out. Moderna, Synopsys, Cadence Designs, Admo Micro Devices. Okay, Advanced Micro Devices.
Yeah, this could be a turning point right there. Probably should have been thinking long.
Advanced Micro Devices.
Now it's late.
Designs, got it. Not that much movement there, except for the top one.
The third one might trigger it.
Coming up, the Democrats are trying to claim that the anti-ICE riots in Los Angeles are actually peaceful. They're accusing Trump of causing the chaos.
Yeah, too late on that.
A lot of these peaceful protests are being generated because the president of the United
Is that a
States
short?
is sowing chaos and confusion.
Yes, August 12th. But first, a major change is coming for college athletes. A federal judge just approved a major settlement to let them get paid. Congressman Burgess Owens is a former NFL player and a collegiate athlete.
It's funny with this plugged ear, my whole head feels
college athletes make some money.
stuffy and groggy or something.
Here it is.
It's just not conducive to thinking. Of course, my mind's on the truck and all the other things I have to do.
The world of business moves fast.
As soon as I get that money, though, I've got to buy
Fox Business is invested in you.
Go to foxbusinesspodcast.com.
2 generators.
Download your favorite podcast. America is listening.
When I go to do my ear tomorrow, I'm going to stop by Harbor Freight and look at their remote start generator. And then I'm going to go do something else. Look at that. It's just hard to say.
Together Like your workplace benefits? And
I'm gonna go long here.
provides tools that help you make the
I
right
think it's
investment
a
and
pretty good
benefits
shot at it.
so you can reach today's financial goals and look forward to a more confident future.
Oh yeah, well planned, well invested, well protected.
It's a smart move to get a second opinion. You do it when you're looking for a contractor. You definitely do it with medical advice. So why not with your stock market investments?
Yep.
We can
42.50. What? 62.50 in the hole again.
At Henyon & Walsh, it only takes a second to schedule your free second opinion. So what's there to lose? Speak to Henyon &
Okay, I'm gonna
Walsh,
go long right
second opinion people.
here.
At AG1, one of our values is the continuous pursuit of excellence. For over 15 years, we have upgraded AG1, adding ingredients that the research said would support nutrient gaps and gut health. It's time for the next generation of AG1.
Come on,
AG1
shoot up there.
NextGen has launched with
Shoot
upgraded
up.
B vitamins and probiotic blends backed by multiple gold
Come on, you're
standard
showing
clinical
those
trials. Our
tails on the
experts
way
deserve
up.
the best,
Let's get
and
up
the
there.
best just got much better.
This is my pose.
Actually,
Well,
it's your toes.
take it to no loss at all.
I had to.
Yeah.
My dad
Well,
described a couple
he
of
chipped 12.50 off of it. Minus $5 for the trade.
Juvia is the #1 prescribed topical
All right, so you go
treatment for
short
toenail
right
fungal
here.
infections, also known as onychomycosis. Apply Jublia to clean, dry, affected toenails and surrounding skin only. Don't use in your mouth, eyes, or vagina. Jublia
Don't
may
give it
cause
any room.
irritation.
Just
The
don't
most
give it
common
a
side effects
fucking
include
inch.
ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Most commercially insured patients may pay as little as $0 copay. Eligibility restrictions may apply.
Okay,
Go to
well, you're only down
jublia.rs.com
$25.
for conditions. Talk to your doctor to see if Jublia is
You're
right
just
for you.
toying with yourself here.
Don't feel the fungus.
There's a trend to the upside, but there's a. This is just a place where you know you're not supposed to trade. You're down 25 bucks for the day, 10 trades, it's $25. You're down $50 in the day.
A future worth building. Hold your gold. Mayfair Gold.
And how do you make sense out of this little spot?
Faster and for a lot less than at the big box stores? At Cabinets to Go, customize your dream kitchen with custom quality cabinets, countertops, and more. And enjoy a high quality, affordable kitchen makeover that is sure to wow.
Thinking short.
Visit one of our showrooms.
Oh, look at that. You can change your quantity right there.
Today for as low as $149
Change.
a month at cabinetstogo.com.
Oh, look at that. Sure is showing a desire to go up, isn't it? You didn't participate. You should have stayed in the long you had. You'd have been in a lot better shape. Now I'm all excited, and I'm part of everybody who says, "Oh boy, here we go, here we go." And let's really consider a short here. Let's do it.
Tiny little gain for the Nasdaq. Picture. A new $2.8
I get it? Yeah, I did.
settlement has cleared the path for schools to pay their student athletes. Pay them
I
money.
don't like it.
Jeff Flock joins us now. He's at Villanova for us. It's a new
Don't like it.
Division I athletics, right, Jeff?
Oh boy, Stuart, I wish I could have got paid back when I was running track and field for the
Wait.
Boston University.
Yeah, I'm short. Why do? Oh, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you can get paid.
Go on down, you bugger.
Is a settlement in a lawsuit filed by a former Arizona State University swimmer. His name was Grant House.
All right, we're gonna get taken out on that. Down 87.50. Let's join it to the long side. Probably a mistake.
As you point out, the settlement
Kill the stop.
$3 billion with a B dollars over 10 years. It will provide, we think, in the
Come on,
first
get out of the way, baby.
colleges and universities to spend up to $20 million a year to compensate their athletes. That will come to, when you figure in the scholarships, about 50% of the revenue.
No, that was a really bad trade. Of all the ones they did this morning, that was the worst one.
And most of that will come as back pay for guys that didn't get paid, guys and girls that didn't get paid over the past several years. Now, how will they pay for all of this? That's indeed a lot of money, and there may be cuts to coaches' salaries.
Nasdaq's going up nicely.
We talked to University of Michigan
Real nice.
economist, sports economist, who says here's another big
Because
cut
they're
in
happy with
Congress.
Apple. I probably should have been trading it today. I don't know what my margins are in it though.
Olympic sports or some of these other non-revenue generating sports, and now if more money is going to the athletes and
Oh
football,
boy.
let's say, that's less money that can be used to cover, scholarships and some of these other sports.
In addition, other concerns, Stuart, roster limits now. There's no scholarship limits, but
There's
you can
still
only
at
have
ones
certain people
here,
on a
yep.
roster, which means there may not be walk-ons. Maybe the rich schools are going to get richer. And what about the athlete pay? Who's going to decide that? The university will, and maybe there'll be dissension, just like
Yeah, so you should have waited for an entry here.
Say, how come Varney gets all the big bucks while I'm standing out here in the rain?
Look at that. That's an entry.
Just like the real world. College athletics.
Thank you, Jeff. Are you done? Thanks for that report. Wonderful stuff.
It's because you're the quarterback and I'm the offensive lineman. That's why. You're the quarterback.
Whatever you say. We'll see you again soon, okay? I promise. Well, look who's here now. House Education and Workforce Committee member Burgess Owen. Burgess, welcome to New York.
Looking forward to chatting with you.
You're an athlete. You're a college athlete. Do you think college athletes should get paid?
It's a free market, and it's kind of where we evolved. Unfortunately, I think what's going to get hit is what we've all believed coming out of sports, and that's character. We're now having where athletes kind of drive the process. If the coach says something they don't like, if it gets too tough, they go to the portal and they leave. And we're losing that idea of grit and tenacity and loyalty. So there's going to be another piece of that in terms of the culture part that I think we're going to get hit in the long term.
You think there might be cuts in other sports programs to accommodate the money that's going to go flow to the athletes?
That's another piece of it. Athletes.
You're ready to get a stop in there if it crosses above.
So much, and you go. Anyone who's ever had that experience understands how it's a lifelong process. So we're going to have to see how that works out. It's unfortunately what we're dealing with.
You can't put the genie back in the bottle, can you? Once you start paying people, you can't turn around and say, "Yeah, we really can't afford this. I'm terribly sorry."
I'm just hoping that we can get some type of unified process so that
just load my line
to all colleges, to all athletes, and no matter what their process might be, what they decide to do, which area to go into. I think we work that out.
Well, it sure shows an upward trend. Like it should just hang in there. It's just you FOMO'd into that like a total idiot.
Well, if I had a choice, I'd say no.
Okay. That's all right. Well, I want to know.
Okay. All right.
Okay. The big, beautiful bill, as you know, facing some pushback in the Senate. Senator Ron Johnson says, quote, quoting directly,
see, I could have flattened when it was there and then got back in down here. Would have been, so much smarter when you're just struggling like that. This will be its third attempt. If it goes through, you would expect it to keep going.
Tough process to go through. Obviously, only President Trump could pull it off because he has created a culture in which
should it flatten here?
A chance to work together. This has never happened before in terms of our conference. We've been very, very
let her rip.
individual, very much kind of entrepreneurial. To bring this into one camp takes a whole lot.
The Dow is going up nicely, and Nasdaq's doing what this is doing, a little flatter though.
Right now we're looking for waste, abuse, and fraud.
Well, time to get a stop in.
We'll just have bad things going on for so long.
But if it doesn't
put it down here.
If you don't get this bill passed,
it's a disaster.
It's a disaster.
No, it has to pass. It will pass. I think that at the end of the day, we have a conference that understands that this is our moment to truly.
Don't add to your loss, you freaking idiot.
Show American people that we're going to keep our promise.
That's what you tend to do.
To fail because they love chaos.
Yeah, see, once again, you could have grabbed it and re-entered.
So we're going to make this happen one way or the other.
That's cast iron guarantee. No such thing in politics.
My trust is that the timing we have now, the culture that President Trump has created, in which I'm going to go back. Al Davis, he had this just win baby concept, and even though you had a lot of folks that were connected on other teams, they fit on this because they wanted to make sure that the coach won the games that they want to be part of.
You've been in politics for some time now. Are you happy in politics?
The timing of this is yes. The timing is we're about to go over the edge. I love, and all of us, by the way, part of the story. No matter what part we played, we were about to lose our country up until this last year, and now we have a chance to bring it back in a big way. Now, I love the fact we have minorities now that are really seeing that the Republican Party is the party of hope, and we're going to move this forward.
Burgess Owens, football player. Good stuff. Thanks for being with us. We do appreciate it. Thank you. We're getting a reaction now from the president, from the president of Mexico to the riots in Los Angeles. President Sheinbaum says she does not agree with violence and is calling on U.S. authorities to ensure that actions in the immigration process respect the rule of law. Well, that's useful. Maybe you want... Okay, no more comment. See, that's a guy on a motorcycle.
You are playing with fire here, because this could decide to puke and put you in the hole. $500.
Tells a kind of story, doesn't it? Coming up, watch the video.
There is your couple hundred in the hole right now.
California is challenging.
And this looks like it's failing. These things, you can't count on them.
Analysis from the CBO says Trump's tax cuts will create $2.4 trillion hole in the budget over a decade. His tariffs will bring in $2.5 trillion over the same period. Is that the plan? Paper tax cuts with tariffs? Stephen Moore takes that on next.
What a stupid long that was. I don't know when you bought it, but it's been above it 3 times. You haven't done anything about it. You really need to be thinking about that.
The Department of Government
Sell it right here.
exposed nearly $200 billion in federal waste, fraud, and abuse. And the House Freedom Caucus is leading the fight to make permanent the first $9 billion cut in a rescissions bill President Trump just sent to Congress. This rescissions bill uses a procedure allowing the DOGE cuts to pass with a simple 51%
Right, this time let's flatten it.
the House and Senate, which should be a
If it goes up there.
This first step defunds liberal public broadcasting and ridiculous foreign aid expenditures in the USAID program. The House Freedom Caucus
These guys just don't have the
done a fantastic job for America.
desire to run this morning.
Fraud and abuse on a massive scale in detail that makes it possible.
Come on, get up there. Jump above.
Stand with President Trump and the House Freedom Caucus and tell Congress
You're not doing it.
the DOGE cuts.
Flatten it, and it'll keep running. What's that? I'll get rid of that stop.
I put my patients on a statin to reduce cholesterol.
You're only $37.50 in the hole.
I recommend taking Cunol CoQ10.
What'd you do in that trade? $50.
Absorption than regular
That's better than where you were in the loss position.
Glioblastoma is the
Alright, so you could buy it again down here somewhere.
about 1 year. No new drugs have been
The best way to regulate yourself doing that is put an order in there.
Developing gamma delta T cells to hunt and kill cancer cells. Phase 1 trial.
So you're $37.50 in the hole, you're risking 100, so the worst you could be on the day is $137.50 in the hole.
Innate Bio's proprietary therapies have the potential to transform the treatment of cancers. Innate Bio, symbol INAB.
Franklin Templeton Custom Tax Management. Easily create custom SMAs with our Canvas platform and help investors keep more of what they earn. Franklin Templeton, your trusted partner for what's ahead.
See, FOMO prevents me from entering that trade. That's really too bad. You know, from going short there. Because I'm fearful of missing out to the upside. There's still a good chance it'll come down and bite this, so let's just let it happen if it wants to.
Nothing's working with them.
Let's try Simply, with no artificial colors or flavors.
Ingredients you feel good about with the flavors of Cheetos and Doritos.
These are good.
Win the snack
Just
time
moving
battle
so little this morning.
I don't really like committing to things. I'm scared. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years, I mean, yeah, that's when
And I'm racking up the trades.
Personal growth, baby.
Seriously, you're not doing
Because it's struggling so much there, I'm going to lower this down to here.
Blocking me from my true alien form.
What are we supposed to do now?
I see it stabbing even further down if it pulls that move.
There must be some way to avert to get my alien energy back.
Honey, I'm home.
Oh, now that I'm human, I find her face repulsive. Resident Alien. New episodes Fridays at 11 on USA and Sci-Fi. Spring from the beginning on Peacock.
iShares offers access to more investment opportunities through ETFs, which means more ways to help make your bathroom renovation happen. With iShares ETFs, the market is yours.
According to the Congressional Budget Office, Trump's tax cuts will lead to a $2.4 trillion worth of extra debt over the next 10 years. The Treasury says Trump's tariff revenue will come in at 2.5 trillion over the same period. So Stephen Moore joins us now. Am I comparing apples and oranges? But is it possible that tariffs will pay for the tax cuts?
Well, hey, Stuart, maybe we should change the name from CBO to CBS, because those numbers that the CBO has come out with are not accurate. They're not even close to the truth. And I want to walk you through this if I could, because my buddy Larry Kudlow and I helped go through these numbers. So first of all,
I'm going to flatten this because if it comes down, it means it's on its way down at this point in time. It's no longer part of a normal fluctuation. You're only down 37.50, so don't sweat it. In your head, you got to make profit today, but maybe it's a little smarter not to bother with that. This is a real bumping spot here, it appears. We get 3 of them right in this 1 tick range. Now we're showing the weakness. Remember, you had an order in here.
Which are gigantic in terms of, and with the DOGE savings as well, we estimate that at $900 billion. And there's one other crucial feature to this, Stuart. The Congressional Budget Office and the Joint Tax Committee don't take into account any of the economic growth related to making these tax cuts permanent. Well, you and I and everybody watching the shows knows if you keep those tax rates low, you're going to help the economy.
You got into this one though. You're 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 600, 600 approximately, maybe 7 on that little trade. Yeah, look at this. This is just not great.
Let's suppose we get everything that we want here. Tax cuts.
So let's talk to yourself. You want to make that positive by $100 so that you cover all your commissions and your whole morning was just a wash. As it is now, you're out about $75 total with commissions. You know, is that finally going to bust through? One of these times it will. Or it won't. But there's that shorting spot. Can we short it?
And yes, we can grow at 3% per year over the next 10 years. And that
waiting for confirmation, aren't you?
Quality of life and the living standards of America.
I'm going to short it.
If you have
I'm going to tighten it up though because, well, yeah, let's actually stay in the money.
Like this, the debt curve starts to bend down and the burden of debt falls. So growth is
got nothing out of it.
This bill that
Let's try it again.
about the big beautiful
Oh, too late. Ah, too late. Look at that.
That's my message. I'm sticking with it.
Please do, because you helped write it. Stephen Moore.
Should have accepted a little loss.
Thanks.
You know, you got to be a little more brave with this shit. Now there was the long right there.
What's going to happen in Ukraine? There's no sign of peace there yet, not at all.
Put in a buy right there.
Teachers at NYU Langone. Does he think medical schools have become too political? Plus, former acting ICE director Jonathan Turpin, he's reacted to the riots in Los Angeles.
You're still 37.50, so you're only risking 100 to try this trade.
And the president of what's known as the Oversight Project, Mike Howell, he's going to join us.
And it is relaxing not to have a big risk out there, and you're not 300 in the hole and possibly adding to it by 100. So it's a level you can play at a little more confidently. Still got a 1 point difference.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM
On the
anytime, anywhere.
horizontal lines.
On SiriusXM, America is listening.
And this is grinding its way up. The Dow isn't. This is more like the Dow than the NASDAQ.
Dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, causing irreversible vision loss. But with Izervay, you can...
So I think if you want in on this trade,
ask your doctor about Izervay.
you have to just get right here. See if it'll get you. Okay, it got you. Now you have that $100 at risk that you're whining about. Don't move it, and it's going to grab you. You should have stayed down here.
survey may temporarily
Don't move it.
eye pressure. Do not try
Don't.
to use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam.
$137.50 in the hole.
Survey is proven to slow
That's a
GA
way bigger hole to play
progression
with.
and help preserve your vision longer.
I think you should stop.
Don't delay. Ask your doctor about
But you're going long anyway because you're stupid.
Looks like we've told people Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. For the last time. Huh. Shallow. Only pay for what you need.
Didn't have the patience to wait for it to come down here. You could have been entered there,
That's the hard part.
which you are now, but you lost $137 to get there.
That's the power of therapy. And it's some of the best help you can get.
Most people have no idea how much this matters.
Don't know what to think of that.
Completely transformed my mental health. I think for someone who definitely leans more on the anxious side, I feel like for me allows not only my body to go into recovery, but also my brain to go into recovery.
Men, how many bathroom trips are you making each day? Try Super Beta Prostate Advanced, the #1 selling formula in its category.
It's just about to move that up.
Action blend to help reduce urgency.
Worried about it doing
Find
just
it at
that.
Walmart or these retailers.
God, I don't really want to lose another $100. I'm really at risk of it. I canceled my stop. Stupid thing to do. So some patience and some FOMO. Need more training. That stop would have been hit. Get a chance to get out, break even, do it. Okay, got out, break even. Actually made a little money. $25. That was good. Now let's go short. Right there, go short.
As you can see, it's a rather cloudy, rainy day in New York City today, a day Jimmy Buffett lamenting come Monday. Morning, everyone. 10 o'clock Eastern. Yes, it is Monday, June the 9th. Straight to the money, mixed picture on the markets. The Dow is down 100, but the Nasdaq's up 41.
No way, you're not going to keep climbing, not in one candle, are you?
No, we're 4.5% exactly. That's where we are. And the price of oil, 64.52 is the price. And Bitcoin, I'm looking about 107,000. Yeah, 107.2 to be precise. Now that's the markets. And now this. Watch the video.
No, I'm starting to get nervous. My fingers started jiggling. Let stop. Get ready to just flatten.
California is challenging federal authority, and those rioters, they're really challenging.
Take some more out.
I
think you got $12.50 on that trade. Nope, you broke dead even.
Rocks thrown, ICE asked for help from the police, and they were refused. Imagine that. The locals would not help the feds, rightfully deporting criminals.
Well, way too many trades. $50 in commissions, 60 actually.
You know, crews are spinning out of control. The mayor, Karen Bass, said Trump had provoked the violence. The governor, Gavin Newsom, he called Trump a dictator. In fact, our president wants the restoration of law and order. He doesn't want a repeat of the riots which have wreaked havoc in our cities. He has every right to impose federal authority where federal agents are threatened. And he has every right to withhold federal money if California refuses reform. Cut right to the heart of this. The Democrats, having created the problem with open borders, don't want any deportations. After all, if you can't deport violent criminals, you can't deport anybody, can you? California is not in good shape. The demonization of Trump and ICE by demonstrators waving the Mexican flag. That's not going to help. Second hour of Barney just getting started.
Took $12.50 off of it. Boy, this is chicken trading if ever there was such a thing. Down $100.
Democrats defending the riots in Los Angeles, calling them peaceful protests.
The president is sending the National Guard because he doesn't like the scenes. He doesn't like the scenes of people peacefully protesting.
A lot of these peaceful protests are being generated because the president of the United States is sowing chaos and confusion by arresting people who are showing up for
Hanging for a long again.
immigration hearings, who are trying to abide by the law.
Let's do it. Let's kill the stop.
Murdoch is with us this morning to shed some light on the situation. Why do Democrats always insist that these are peaceful protests? Why won't they never ever say that's a riot?
You could wipe that $100 off from this trade. And my God, instead you added 100.
Standing in front of burning buildings and buildings that statues being pulled off the pedestals. Oh, it's all peaceful. They also completely lied when
You
they
see,
talked about
I'm
the
long.
riots and said that President Trump said that there were very fine people on both sides. They always stop the tape there. They never continue with the portion where he says, the actual quote was, I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis, the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. They never run that clip. They just stop where he says, very fine people on both sides. And then they also lie whenever they say, well, why does Trump want to deport immigrants? It's not about immigrants. It's about deporting illegal aliens, particularly violent illegal alien criminals. It's the reason why they lie is they lie all the time.
It's a challenge to federal authority. I think they'll lose the challenge. I think Trump will win.
I don't like that deliberate stair-stepping down.
I hope it doesn't get any worse and people are getting more injured. But you've got people literally taking those concrete stanchions that they put in front of buildings to protect them from car.
Yeah, well, we're not going to accept any loss in this trade.
And they're taking those chunks of concrete.
Yeah, we didn't. We picked up another $12.50. Minus 5.
Very easy to have people run over, cars crash into each other. This is potentially deadly stuff.
No, I really don't have a feel for what that's going to do.
Look at the opinion piece that's in The Hill. Trump must divorce threatens the president and the entire Republican Party.
You're down 87.50.
This split?
You know, it could be. I really hope that they reconcile because you've got the rules.
That short up here would have really worked. So I think another short is in order. But it's unless it gets right about there.
I really hope that they reconcile, they patch up their differences, and Elon Musk has the ability not to support Trump.
Did I put in a short or a long order?
Certainly in midterm elections and in 2028.
I think I put in a long. Yeah, I did. There, that's better.
Getting back together again. I mean, some of the stuff they've been saying is pretty strong.
Yeah, well, but then you look back at the campaign in 2016. Marco Rubio and
move this up a little bit.
Things each other. Now Rubio's a very serving Secretary of State doing a
in that range.
Brian DeRoy, thanks for being with us. We'll see you again soon. Jeff Seeker with us this Monday morning as well. Do we need to see a reconciliation between Trump and Musk in order for Tesla stock to get back into the game?
I think so, Stuart. And last week on your show, I was gushing over Elon Musk being a patriot and everything else, and then almost to the minute I stepped in the car, he started these shenanigans with Trump. I mean, I think for Tesla stock, and as a Tesla shareholder, I think this is a very negative thing. You know, a CEO needs to focus on its shareholders. They needs to be the priority. This isn't a good thing for shareholders. And I think there needs to be some sort of reconciliation for another and that's for the first time maybe in history we had this unification of politics and power and business between Elon Musk and President Trump, which helped business. It helped the stock market. I do think there needs to be some reconciliation. I agree with DeRoy. I think there could be reconciliation. I still am, beside myself why it even happened last week all of a sudden, and I really hope that they come together.
Okay, the Worldwide Developers Conference, Apple's development conference today. Tell me what you think might come out of it.
Well, last year we went into this with all these expectations, wanting to see Apple AI. Now there's not as many expectations. Apple, I've always said, has been under the curse of
There's a long right there.
There's not as many. But I think all of us want to really see, not only for Apple, but for AI as a whole. Keep in mind, Stuart, if it wasn't for AI and AI stocks, we wouldn't have the market appreciation we've had. So if Apple doesn't deliver, and as we say on the show all the time, goes Apple, as goes the market. I think we need to see some indication that they are making progress with that. What I believe we're going to see a lot of is changes to the operating systems for the Mac, for the iPad, for the iPhone. Changes to the operating system. Some of them exciting, some of them, quite honestly, Apple has this tendency to get people all hyped up about things and disappoint them. I think that's probably what's going to happen.
Oh dear. Oh, we shall see. Jeff Seeker, thank you. Appreciate it. Still ahead, Amerigo Garcia, sometimes known as the Maryland Dad. He's back in America.
We're going to bring back, we're going to prosecute, we're going to put him in prison. And when he gets done with his prison sentence, he's going to be deported right back to his homeland.
And there you have it. We'll tell you what charges Garcia will face in court this week. Activist Greta Thunberg's dream of sailing into Gaza on an aid boat is officially over.
If you see this video, we have been intercepted and kidnapped in international waters by the Israeli occupational forces.
Well,
she's fighting me.
And other activists will be returned to their home countries, deported, I guess. But first, they want to teach them more about the reality of the war. We're going to explain that to them. Iran claims it took Israel's secret nuclear
I'm going to flatten that trade
file.
out. It's just not
Former US ambassador to NATO
range anymore.
Things next.
If you look at average what we're doing here, it's a little strange. He's short right there.
At Compliance Solutions, we simplify registration and reporting for small business owners, CFOs, and indirect tax
Let's see if that works.
We have the systems, processes, and people to handle your sales, E911, FCC, SALT, and transaction taxes. Visit us online.
Just go down a little and I'll nip you for a little more.
What really matters, your customers.
You want high-performance tools, long-lasting tools, affordable tools? You want Harbor Freight tools. Whatever you do, do it for less.
Oh, don't you dare.
Save even more at this weekend's parking lot sale.
Oh, your stop. Ooh, you just saved yourself $100. Now you can lose $200. And your short you were waiting for would have been triggered right there.
You definitely do it with medical advice. So
look at that.
Your stock market investments.
You're 100 in the hole right now on that trade.
At Henyon & Walsh, it only takes a second to schedule your free second opinion.
Darn, you could have been in right there.
Speak to Henyon & Walsh, the second opinion people.
You want to stay cool when you're feeling hot, but running your air conditioner costs a lot. What you need is Arctic Air.
Is this the final surge to the top where I'm going to get panicked out?
Just add water and turn
Might be.
on. Arctic Air lasts up to 10 hours and runs on pennies a day. It has 3 Arctic settings and is whisper quiet for a comfortable night's sleep. Stay cool
Looks
while
like
you
it.
and breathe easy as it cools and humidifies your room.
Damn it,
Get
Cheris.
Arctic Air online or at these fine retailers.
My heart has experienced life-changing wins, losses, and countless miles.
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
I trust Qunol CoQ10. CoQ10 is the #1 cardiologist-recommended supplement for heart
43 minutes long.
Qunol,
Just boring nothingness.
Over 100 million ounces of gold have come from these lands. Mayfair Gold doesn't just mine for today. They believe in
You would have got stopped out on that.
Worth keeping, a future worth building. Hold your gold. Mayfair Gold.
Franklin Templeton ETFs. With over 70 ETFs, we have solutions for every market, helping advisors build the portfolios of the future today. Franklin Templeton, your trusted partner for what's ahead.
Before the market forecast, get your weather forecast. Britta Merlin
Well, I think you caught the turn.
every weekday morning at 5.
You didn't cut it. You hit it to the wrong side.
Real brewed iced tea. Time for a Pure Leaf.
Say hello to Sara Lee Half Loaves. Half Loaf right
I think you're going to have to just take it in the rear end on this one.
Savor first bite right. Brand new, all you. Give a little Sara Lee love.
A vacation with Norwegian Cruise Line is so much more because there's more included. Like unlimited drinks.
Followed by amazing meals at amazing restaurants.
Plus free Wi-Fi. Oh, hey, Mom, I gotta go. I love you.
Did I mention unlimited drinks?
Hello. And excursion credits so you can explore even more.
If it comes down to here, you get to stop in up here, so in case it reverses, you're okay.
Experience more with Norwegian.
Over 100 years ago,
If it gets down there. If it keeps going, you're just going to have to take it.
Overboard? Maybe, but we're farmer owned. And going
Realize you shouldn't have taken your stop out.
Just what we do.
Your original thought of entering there wouldn't have worked either, but that would have been the best risk of the bunch. But it's really the first clusters where you're going to get reliability in the up and down swings.
Up 60 cents bids at 470. Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and Apple all ever so slightly higher. Lauren's looking at the movers, and we've got one big mover, and that would be Warner Brothers. What's the story?
9% gain on plans to separate into two publicly traded companies. One company would be the networks company. They'll house the cable channels like CNN and TNT. The other for movies and for streaming, which includes HBO Max.
I'd like to know what they value CNN at. That would be interesting. Pfizer, what's the story?
So Trump issued an executive order last month for the drug makers
Always
to lower
reverse it
their
and take a $200 loss.
other players pay. The Pfizer CEO says no commitments have been made in their meetings with the government. So if they don't have to lower prices or there's no mandate just yet, look at Moderna, look at Pfizer shares. Up they go.
Oh, there. All right, Qualcomm.
It's a chip maker. They're pushing into the data center market. They're doubling down on AI. With that, a near 4% gain. They're buying a British company called Alphawave. They design technology for the data centers. The price tag is $2.4 billion cash.
2.4 billion, just like that. We had a $10 billion just like that earlier.
AI.
That's it. You got it. Thanks, Lauren. A major pro-Israel event in Dallas has been cancelled. Brooke Taylor is there. What happened, Brooke?
Hi, Stuart. Yeah, the purpose of the event was to bring people together to educate them on the importance of standing with Israel. About 1,000 people supposed to come together. They were going to hear from speakers like October 7th survivors, also IDF soldiers. Instead, this event forced to cancel because of security concerns and also threats. Those security concerns have skyrocketed since the attack last month in Washington, D.C., where 2 Israel embassy staff members were shot and killed outside.
And there's no stop on this. So you're just adding to your $325 loss.
But the location in the Dallas area was leaked.
Well, this is a failed experiment.
Too high at the first venue, and then threats on social media forced the second venue
You
to
better
pull
get a
out
stop
just
on
days
it.
before the event.
They are long, yeah.
Of the nonprofit organizing this event says
Goes past there, you just need to get the fuck
out. Reality we live in.
You call it a day.
Just for hosting a peaceful educational event, and fears of violence for simply showing support for Israel.
They use the terminology, we need to target this event, which unfortunately, to me and to our entire team, after what we saw in Washington, D.C. and Colorado, means violence. There's no other way to interpret, targeting Jews and Christians for
You're going to have to stop.
Mean violence against Jews.
Because the emotions are starting to build. And you're just going to have to stop. You're going to be down 300 at least.
Thanks, Brooke. Now this. Russia and Ukraine ramping up their attacks on each other. Ukraine's drones hit a Russian electronic warfare facility. Ukraine says Russia launched nearly 500 drones and missiles overnight at Ukraine.
Should I move it up? Or should I run the risk, the hope that it's going to really fly?
Right. Well, I think we have
because that's what it's attempting to do.
Many months now, where Vladimir Putin is really not feeling any pressure to end the war.
I guess we'll move to break even.
Zelensky has agreed
right?
They would do a ceasefire,
for a little more.
An immediate ceasefire, a 30-day ceasefire, a permanent ceasefire, if Russia would agree to the same. But because Russia's not
Not much of a reach, it's bound to come back down, but who knows, it might keep going. It might get you back in
strategic bombers and
the game.
last weekend. Kerch Strait Bridge took a hit. A few other bridges also did. Now
so my reverse is working out.
So Ukraine has a lot of capacity that it is bringing to bear in order to try to raise the costs on Russia.
Dow's going up. Nasdaq's doing the same thing.
The other day, I think he said they got to keep on fighting for a while to settle it. I mean,
okay, we're playing the big boy game now.
It is, and it's unfortunate because that's mischaracterizing what's happening here as well. He used the analogy of two kids on a schoolyard fighting, and you just let them fight. But one of these is a bully who is beating up someone who's far smaller and weaker.
Well, you make about $25 if it comes down and takes you out.
Iran says soon it will present a counter-proposal for a nuclear deal to the U.S. Also, I want to cover this. Iran claims it took.
Just don't chase it too close. That's what you've done. And if you want to play the game, hoping it keeps going.
We don't know whether they bluff it. What do you know about this?
If I wasn't so deep in the hole for the day, I would be, I think, placing my stop loss down here. But I don't want to let that grow anymore. You know, it was 262, I guess. Yeah, so take off 25, give me 237 would be a loss for the day, which I could live with. It's far too many trades, but we will see.
And so they are just dragging this out and making threats by saying they have these documents from Israel, making counter proposals that will clearly be unsatisfactory, but that's what the game is that they're playing.
No, leave everything where it is. I'm not going to move it down because I don't want to add to my 262 loss. It looks like it's going to come get me, and so be it. This is an hour-long video. My God, I don't want to watch an hour-long video.
The Trump administration from the beginning that we were going to be adopting a tougher policy on Iran, as we had done during President Trump's first term. But now they're seeing the negotiation going on between the U.S. and Iran, including, reportedly, a proposal that Iran would be able to continue enriching uranium. Well, that's a non-starter for Israel, and I think for good reason.
Well, that's working. It's too bad I didn't go long here as opposed to short there. I mean, I took a chance either way. What's up, Doc?
Okay, Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much for joining us today. We do appreciate it, always. Thank you.
I'm going to move the stop up a little bit more to make at least $100 on the trade, or 75 or something.
Ashley, take me through this one.
Yeah, the vessel with Thunberg and other international activists on board.
Probably a little too far to have moved it up, but it'll be it'll be 87.50 chipped off at 262, so that'll be nice. And here it comes to get me.
Called the group anti-Semitic. Thunberg has already been banned, by the way, from entering Israel because of her stances and statements regarding the Israel.
Nasdaq's still moving up, and this must be weighted more to the Nasdaq than the Dow.
And then released a statement saying, quote, "The ship was unlawfully boarded, its unarmed civilian crew abducted, and its life-saving cargo, including baby formula, food, and medical supplies, confiscated." Now, we should point out, Israel says the boat's cargo will be sent to Gaza. The activists will be sent to their home countries, but
I'm so glad I reversed.
Israel's going to show them videos from the October 7th attacks, and Israel's defense minister wants them to see exactly who the Hamas terrorist organization they came to support. And
only down 75 on the day now. That's nice.
So there you go. Israel making a point.
62.50.
That video, I'm told, is horrific.
Just leave it there. Leave it there, because this could keep going and turn into a good trade.
King Charles has an incurable form of cancer. It claims he will die with the disease, but not from it. We have Doc Siegel on the case.
You don't have that much money at risk now, and you're guarded. So let it play out. It could turn into a good trade.
The report from Capitol Hill is next.
be hitting a resistance level. If you look to the left of the chart, see the 3 peaks there. We're fairly close to that.
This is the new Dell AI PC with Intel inside.
Come on, baby, let's go on up and finish this climb in style.
Like literally hours. Because it does all your busy work for you. So you can get busy doing things you actually want to do. And who wouldn't want more time for that?
NASDAQ still looks pretty good. I hope it's doing a little red now. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Comcast Business doesn't just power businesses. We help turn them into logistics mastery, supply chain transformers.
You see, I tend to think that this is a sign of a steady decline. But it might not get down to my stop. It might turn around. It's certainly the sentiment to more or less be heading up. So again, run the risk of ending up being down 167 or something like that versus hopefully getting into the green. It'd be nice to actually make money, but I'm awfully late in the move on a day that isn't very exciting at all.
There's so much ease with using BetterHelp.
I knew that I wanted to get help immediately. I was going to be able to see a therapist within that same week.
Now I feel so much more confident.
So that's your decision.
That's been a great gift.
Your shipping manager left to find themselves, leaving you lost. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed.
You could almost read this as a market sort of taking just a little breather, but not like jumping the hell out of it.
As a neurologist, my patients are often concerned with age-related memory decline. I recommend Cunol Brain Health with 2 powerful, high-absorption ingredients clinically shown to improve memory, focus, attention, and more. Cunol, the brand I trust.
What did I lose when I did that reversal? 175. Yeah, see, that's really looking like it's going to get it. I'd say keep it there. It's about to get you right now.
It's hard to believe. Just scan the QR code on the screen to hear how our customers are raving about RoofMax.
The gaming industry is booming, driven by Gen Z's $360 billion in spending power.
Stay strong.
NASDAQ symbol TBH, a pioneering media tech company.
Stick to the process, the procedure, the plan, methodology, whatever it is, stick to it.
McDonald's, Learfield, and more. Tap into a $1.3 trillion opportunity across gaming, advertising, and data insights built for scale.
It's looking a lot better.
NASDAQ symbol TBH.
Coming up to 1 hour.
Now I'm going to say move the stop because if it comes into there again, it's just headed down. So let's, it may well get me. I'm calculating that, but if it fails this candle, just 8 seconds left, then it is down, and it's going to keep going down. You just added a little bit to your pot.
It's back to 4.5%. The Congressional Budget Office, getting some backlash and then some.
Here's a new minute.
Will increase the deficit by $2.4 trillion over a 10-year period.
Come on.
At the White House, the administration's pushing back.
Come on, there's a million of us out there. Don't worry about little old me.
Stu, the White
Ooh,
House
I don't like
claims
that.
the Big Beautiful Bill, when coupled with its other economic policies, will reduce the deficit by $6.6 trillion over that same 10-year period that the Congressional Budget Office
Very nice,
uses.
very nice. Keep going. This is your chance. You had your refresh. Now it's your chance to go get it.
That those tax cuts will bring.
I should move the stop up because if it can't bust through here, it's coming back down again. So I'm going to do that. Just a little bit. Just to make a little more is all.
It is $1.4 trillion in reduced deficits and debt.
This is a critical candle right here. It's got a full minute to go. Look how that's just not moving on the right there. It's just not moving at all. I think we're going to get taken out this time. Yeah, did. We're down $100 on the day. And it was down 262. 30 trades, it's 15 times $75 in commissions. You're down quite a bit.
Great historical evidence that under Trump's first tax cut, under Bush, under Reagan, they didn't pay for themselves.
But Republicans point to the CBO's
But this climb has broken trend. There's our trend line. Basically right there. It's broken it.
The CBO also overprojected how many Americans would sign up for Obamacare, so Republicans are pointing to this track record of misses. Stu?
All right, thanks very much, Grady. We need an economist. We got one. His name is John Lonsky, and he's sitting next to me right here in New York.
So honestly, the best I saw it down here was like minus 75, so I'm only left $25 on the table from the high up there, apparently, approximately.
There is a bit of truth to that, correct. I mean, you have
this is pretty flat. This could go either way.
You are going to have more tax revenues than otherwise, and maybe you'll get
Don't
more
need to look at this anymore.
manufacturing activity that adds to tax revenues.
Selected.
I think it's important to consider that if the tax system is set up to go ahead,
1 hour video. Oh my God.
Maximize incentives to work, maximize productivity. It might well be that we'll be surprised at the growth.
I think you're going to have some losing days.
And the deficit ends up being smaller.
I actually want to take notes of my trades today. Record how many were bad, how many were good, and not recognize it that this was the trend in the morning.
That's insane. You think there was a war going
and that would have been just a nice $400 to $600 hit instead of all this BS to give them $60.
Well, I'm skeptical about this year. I got to tell you, the
in commissions.
That in the second half, because of all of the uncertainty surrounding tariffs, these companies holding off on investment spending, on hiring activity, growth might average something no faster than 1.5%. But if we do this right, if we go ahead and extend
I'm glad I took it out because look how much lower it came.
Other ways of reining
I mean, where the hell did I own it? Was it down here?
So people work more, then we might
well I reversed, so it's up here somewhere.
4% real GDP growth 2026, perhaps 2027.
Okay, now reverse.
It's just playing games. Look at that. Oh, if you'd have stayed in, there was your big win.
Sell everything. I would really be concerned about that because you're going to be facing a gigantic tax increase, and I don't think this economy is any
FOMO
to go ahead and shoulder that.
Is
Especially
real right now. Real.
And with that, of course, we have these tariff-related uncertainties that are weighing on economic activity. My own personal view is this, Stuart, that if you're going to tax, you're better off taxing consumption. Like tariffs are a tax on consumption than taxing income. Because if you can
try it right there.
Taxes and increase consumption taxes, you should get more work effort. You should get there's a stronger incentive for people to increase hours.
I should have tried it there. A little bit late.
So it's a good bill. The big beautiful bill. It's a good bill.
It's a good bill. It's solid. Yeah, as it stands right now, it could always be better. There's political constraints on trying to limit.
I don't like that at all.
The Wall Street Journal says we're headed for an uncomfortable summer. We're in the summer already.
What do you want to lose another 100 right off the bat, stupid?
An uncomfortable summer for the economy?
I think there's some truth in it. Again, you got to get this tariff uncertainty out of the way. Maybe what you have to do quickly.
Get up there.
We're going to have higher tariffs, but only a 10% tariff and everything, and leave it at that.
And we finished the day flat even.
Too, is this jobs report. People are so excited about
all right. We had $100 on that.
There were 139,000
So here's the inflection point. Do you now say, should have hit flatten, it would have got a little more money out of the deal. So you got 15 times $75 in commissions.
From what I'm hearing, people in academia are telling me this has not been a good year. It's been a lousy year for college graduates seeking suitable employment.
I hear that from all over the place. So people can't get an
Wait for a bigger check down.
They're on pause with the hiring. Right. No, John, I'm sorry I'm out of time. I do apologize for that. We'll see you again soon. A new study shows the average salary that one person needs to live comfortably in each state. Okay, Ash, which state needs the highest salary?
Can't stop yourself, can you?
Is as expensive. Residents in Hawaii need to earn a minimum of $124,467 a year to live comfortably. According to Smart Asset, that is the highest of any state, one of only 2 states, along with Massachusetts, where individuals need to earn at least $120,000.
She goes up. We're going to play the flatten game.
Comfortable lifestyle. Now, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median
No, you poor stupid bastard.
was just below $62,000.
You poor stupid bugger.
2024. So, what about the other end of the scale? Where's it the cheapest? Well, the survey shows West Virginia takes at least just over $80,000 for a single adult to live comfortably. Still, as we see, away above.
Take a run and let me flatten you. Take a run.
So the poll defines comfortable as earning enough to follow the 50-30-20
Go on,
method,
go on,
which
go up.
50% of the income towards essentials like rent and food, 30% towards discretionary spending, and 20% toward debt repayment and savings. There you have it, Stu.
So now we know. Ashley, thank you.
You are still a victim of FOMO, aren't you?
Mocking Democrats for trying to find their own version of Joe Rogan.
Instead of conjuring up a new Joe Rogan, ask yourself why you lost the old one. Because he used to be on your side. You think people don't remember when you do this to them?
Joe Concha has a lot to say about that, and Joe will join us in our next hour. And Amazon has just announced a $20 billion investment in a data center development in Pennsylvania. That is the largest corporate investment ever in that state. Madison Allwood breaks down...
Couldn't wait, could you? You just couldn't wait.
Speeding ahead. What are the next stages for the technology and the potential impact? As Tim Cook, CEO, has critical insight on making money. Then the Apple Worldwide Developers Conference. Go inside the latest innovations with complete.
I've got to set up some hotkeys for this. So much quicker than a mouse click.
A major motion picture. An evolution in customer experience. A game-changing approach to golf. Behind them all, advanced 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business. Disney chose T-Mobile to power real-time collaboration between remote production hubs. T-Mobile fuels Tractor Supply stores nationwide with 5G internet. And innovates with PGA of America to elevate the game.
$150 in the hole. You were flat even. That's because you need 75 to pay your commissions.
How about Africa? Safari. Swim with the hot air balloon. Lions growling and giraffes that come in through your window. Wait, can we afford a safari?
Great question. Like everything, it takes a little planning.
Or put the money towards a down payment.
Enough room for a baby?
Babies.
Baby.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors and Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Only ServiceNow connects every corner of your business so people can do all their work on one platform.
No more mindless swivel chairing between platforms.
Or swivel chairing between apps.
No more swivel chairing.
I don't feel so good.
What does he do here again?
Mostly that kind of stuff.
Will you wish me back?
No.
I got her a little something. A little something, Dad?
Hold up. Turn
Mm.
this 401k account into an Empower IRA and plan for times like this. I'm for Team Splurge. Hey, Santa! Get good at money so you can be a little bad. Empower.
Great pair of lungs. Shame about your swollen gums. You need Parodontax, clinically proven to help reverse 4 signs of early gum disease.
You know, I should have reversed that position when it failed immediately. That would have been a smart move. Should have reversed it. Right in here, when it just didn't go, just say, okay, reverse. Take a small loss and start putting the trade in your favor.
The AI built for business, IBM.
Is this your dream of retirement? How about this sweet deal? I like fishing. Or is this a little more your style? Retiring well isn't a guarantee, it's a goal. It's easy when markets are going up. But what about when they're not?
Oh my God, you're going to be $300 in the hole. Worse than you've been all day.
Your guide to surviving market volatility. Our stock market outlook, plus the Fisher Investments difference. 3 indispensable guides. Yours free for calling.
Now you're nervous, you're jittery. Thought processes will be breaking down.
Help see you through the market's ups and downs and give you the confidence you need to reach a comfortable retirement. And our fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Call now for your free retirement survival kit. 1-800-370-1291.
See if your dream retirement is on track.
If your portfolio is $1 million or more, call Fisher today. Call 1-800-370-1291.
Ninja Frost Vault is drinking food's favorite cooler. The cold, dry zone that keeps food separate, dry, and fridge temp for days. No more soggy sandwiches. Where heavy-duty strength means premium ice retention. With Ninja Frost Vault.
Listen to the
You might be at a sport level.
Every Monday and Friday.
The world of business moves fast. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Go to foxbusinesspodcast.com or wherever you download your favorite podcast. America is listening.
All right, 1 hour and 10 minutes worth of business. Dow's down 150. The Nasdaq is up 100 points. The price of oil beginning.
You know what these things do? They excite you. They get you all optimistic.
Internet, I'm sorry, the movers. You gotta go to Circle Internet Group. This is the stablecoin people.
From last week, they IPO'd up 340% since their IPO price of $31 on Wednesday. Stock at $115 now. It hit $138. Digital finance taken off.
It reminds me of CoreWeave. Another stock IPO'd recently, went to the moon. Same as Circle Internet.
There's an appetite for digital finance right now.
You shouldn't be in trades where you have to wait so long to recover.
Sam Altman-backed nuclear startup Seaport Research says buy it. They say shares are going up 41%.
He's purely FOMO'd at least twice today. It's just unforgivable.
Source its nuclear fuel. Also look at Cameco. That's the top one on this board. It's up double digits percentage-wise. It's a uranium supplier. They got a price target upgrade from both Scotiabank and BMO. Strong pipeline for nuclear reactors. So big wins today in the nuclear sector.
Nuclear is going to be the answer to the data
Get this ear fixed tomorrow.
Is of the essence. That's the issue.
What about
oh boy.
So they are the robotic surgical systems. They 3 million surgeries last year. Deutsche Bank says sell them. They slashed the price target to $440. The reason is competition. So you're seeing a 6.7% decline right now on pretty heavy volume.
How about that? All right, Lauren, thank you. Amazon investing, wait for it, $20 billion in AI data centers in Pennsylvania. Madison Allworth is in Berwick, PA. Tell us about this investment, Madison. It's a huge amount of money.
It is. In fact, Stuart, it's the largest private investment in the state's history. And with it will come many data centers and cloud computing software all to the state. Governor Josh Shapiro, he's going to be speaking any moment here. We're expecting him to highlight that this investment will bring with it at least 1,250 high-paying tech jobs. Now, in terms of where this money is going, the first 2 townships that will see the investments are Falls Township as well as Salem Township, which is right next to where we are today. These will be the sites of these future data centers. Amazon tells us that Pennsylvania was a clear partner for this investment because of the energy they have here. Take a listen.
We have to go where we have power available in order to enable our infrastructure. And so having access and certainty around that access to power is a key part of our decision-making process.
But as data demand for data centers rises, so do the concerns. Towns across America are questioning whether they'll benefit or if they're going to end up footing the bill for tax breaks, potential environmental hazards, as well as higher energy costs. And we're talking about a lot of energy. In fact, usage of energy in data centers is set to triple by 2028. And experts say those numbers could actually be even higher as more of these investments are made. For example, last year, Amazon paid around $650 million for a 1,200-acre property with data infrastructure right here in Berwick. They're going to expand that property, and our understanding is it, at its completion, could use as much as the same amount of energy that about 900,000 homes would use. But Pennsylvania is investing in energy, and with that investment comes these jobs. Like I said, Governor Josh Shapiro set to speak any moment, and this is the biggest investment in the state's history. Stuart, I'll send it back to you.
Oh, we'll take it. Madison Allwood, thanks very much. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, promises to boost AI investment in one particular...
I am just in total hopefulness now.
I know where it is, but why don't you tell our viewers?
I don't feel like I'm going to devastate the account or anything.
Wang says that the UK is in a Goldilocks circumstance, and he promises to boost investment in the country's artificial intelligence sector with his multi-trillion-dollar semiconductor.
It's lucky I don't have the ability to add on, though, because that could be a very deadly process right now. Jeez.
He also stressed that Britain has one of the richest AI communities anywhere on the planet. It's also, of course, a big...
Should have reversed there. Man, you're doing so well.
His Labour Party has been touting its potential as a global AI player, including promises to relax planning rules around new data center developments and increasing British computing power 20-fold by 2030. That's some big talk, Stu.
Actually, OpenAI has banned a set of ChatGPT accounts. Which ones and why did it ban them?
Yeah, OpenAI says that bogus ChatGPT accounts were likely operated by Russian and Chinese hacking groups. The bad actors are using malware.
You just stubbornly hold on. You're now over $400 in the hole.
Basically, according to OpenAI, the infiltrators use a network of accounts to fine-tune their code that impersonates legitimate users. The end goal of the malware...
I'm tempted to put a stop way down here and just walk away because I can't bear watching it.
It's also, by the way, capable of sending alerts to the cyber thieves.
Could have taken it out and reversed right there and made it all back too.
Been able to disable many of these accounts, but it's just like a never-ending game of whack-a-mole.
Nasdaq's doing the same thing.
Every day.
Dow is basically participating likewise.
We've got artificial intelligence stocks right there, mostly higher. The Dow is down 160. Nasdaq is up all of 86 points.
So I mean, the market's going down, and you're just holding on.
NVIDIA, they're up nearly $3 again this morning. Boeing, Caterpillar, IBM, and
oh my boy.
Today for Apple. The S&P 500, the winners are, so far today, Warner Brothers Discovery.
Down $500. You haven't seen a win like that in weeks.
Intel still at $20 a share, that's it. Nasdaq winners, Warner Brothers Discovery, Advanced Micro Devices, Qualcomm, Synopsys, and again, Intel, bottom of that list. The 10-year Treasury yield back to just above 4.5%. The price of gold still $3,300 an ounce, down about $7 today.
If you'd got in this early and held on, you could have made a lot of money. If you got in this to the right side or reversed, you could have made a lot of money. There's $1,000 back and forth could have been made instead of losing this money. So now in what, pull-up paralysis. I really want to walk away and just let it do what it does and then come back later and hope I'm in good shape.
Come after me, arrest me, let's just get it over with. Tough guy.
If you really wanted to show how tough he is, he should get on board with...
But I really feel I shouldn't. I should pay the price here and watch it happen. Well, the dog just sleeps, not a care in the world.
Every day, they help stave off diabetes and heart disease. Fortunately,
and for a $600 loss. Jeez, how can you let yourself get this fucked up? And why can't you stop from repeating it day after day?
Investment opportunities are everywhere you turn. But at T. Rowe Price, we're letting curiosity light the way, asking smart questions about opportunities like advances in healthcare and how these innovations...
Haven't you hit your max loss for the day, $500? Shouldn't you just stop it right now?
Small companies disrupt entire industries. Meet XTI Aerospace, symbol XTIA on the NASDAQ.
XTI is redefining regional air mobility, now developing a new aircraft that flies like an airplane and lands like a helicopter. A game changer for business travel, emergency response, and military operations. A projected $9 trillion market by 2050, according to Morgan Stanley. XTI Aerospace on the NASDAQ.
Slow down, honey.
A new driver.
NASDAQ's going up.
Insurance. Zebra compares over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Up to $400 a year. Oh, look, it's my stop. The Zebra. We do the searching, you do the saving.
This thing is so good for your gut health.
They used to have collagen, they used to have probiotics.
This is either the last hurrah or it is reversing. If it comes back down there, then I am going to bail. So why don't I just put in a stop?
Or crank up your testosterone with ageless
These
male
bastards are target to aim for.
so powerful it embarrasses the competition. Get the testosterone.
And you just take whatever happens now.
Ageless male max.
It's about politics. It's terrible. Politics seeps into everything.
What do you mean? Talk about climate
So you're going to limit it at your daily cap of $500.
You can't find out what we should really expect to happen.
But of course you can.
Go to IBKR's forecast trader.
This might be it coming too. This might be it.
Put your money where your mouth is.
You've got to sit down in the morning and establish a discipline and a recognition.
Is worth fighting for.
Kudlow on Fox Business. Invested in you.
Your house isn't just a home. It's a source of equity to fund your family's dreams. Turn home equity into cash.
Let's see if we can just get out of this. Might be time to just quit and get this moving and everything sorted out. We'll get that truck in Arizona. Come home.
Say hello to Litter Robot.
Make the goal getting on the road as soon as possible. See,
Never scoop again.
that's coming down, and you're just going to have to take it. You're going to have to take it. It's 500 right there. And that's just going to continue down. So you lost 550 on the day. It's still going down. I hope it keeps going down too, because I don't want to feel like I got out wrong, but wow, what a big one to take in the chin. That's the second $550 one. I had one about a week ago. You're not patient to let the winners run, and you don't honor your stops. This could have been a $100 stop. Simple as that. Absolutely as simple as that. Do not get in anything else at this point, because you're just not trading with a level head.
Has gotten too political, end quote. What does that mean exactly?
I'm going to stop the recording now, so I don't want to know, but I'm going to have to watch this